As expected, the PS4 and Xbox One editions of Terraria have advanced to within inches of the PC edition, which, as we all know, is usually at the forefront, with this week's upgrade all the way to Terraria 1.3.4 on those two consoles. Loki, as you might imagine, was the one who gave us the news on the official forums. Loki wrote, "Happy launch day, console Terrarians." That's right, Terraria 1.3.4 makes its way at long last to Xbox One and PlayStation 4 players today. This update is a combination update containing all of the content from 1.3.2, 1.3.3, and 1.3.4 versions of Terraria. And with this update, console players are now within a handful of items of parity with PC, yes. We know Journey's End will change that for a time, but still, pretty cool. What all does that encompass, we hear you saying? You have come to the right place because we have a handy changelog right here to help navigate all of the cool new stuff. Before we dive deep into that, here are some key highlights. And they began with this. And Loki wrote, "Parties have now been added. You can start your own via the Party Girls Party Center, or the town NPCs may start one if certain conditions are met. These include fun new party-themed items such as bundled party balloons, balloon animal, party hat, silly tied balloons, pig renata, party center, silly balloon machine, streamers, and party present." Now, I never really pictured myself saying some of those phrases, but there you have it. Now, that's all well and good, but I'm actually a bigger fan of the following content. Check this out. And they wrote, "A new weather event has been added, Sandstorms. With it come new enemies, new loot, a new soundtrack, and a unique experience in the desert biome. Blizzards now have a new visual effect. Deserts and the underworld now have a heat distortion visual effect. Dripping sand effects can be found in the desert and placed anywhere by the player with the magic sand dropper. All new desert items giving you brand new reasons to plunge to the sandy depths, such as Forbidden Armor Set, Ancient Horn, Onyx Blaster, Sky Fracture, Mandible Blade, Spirit Flame, Pocket Mirror, Jin's Curse, Lamia Vanity Set, Ancient Vanity Set, Desert Spirit Lamp, Magic Sand Dropper, Sandstorm Music Box, and several new banners." Now, I wanted to list all of those just to give you an idea of just how much content they're adding. That's just obviously a fraction of what was added in this week's patch. And if you've watched any of my videos before, you've probably noticed my character toiling frequently through the subterranean desert biome. It's a really interesting and money and treasure-rich place. I enjoy being there, but it's also a dangerous one. So if you've never done it before, just make sure your character is prepared. Anyway, moving along, this next part I have to admit I have less experience with. They shared this and wrote, "This update includes all of the content from our awesome crossover event with Dungeon Defenders 2. Of course, if you missed the equally amazing Terraria content in Dungeon Defenders 2, now would be a fantastic time to check that out as well." And for the Old Ones Army Invasion event, they wrote, "It's an invasion event featuring enemies, weapons, and gameplay mechanics inspired by Etheria, the Dungeon Defenders 2 universe. This event will play like no other in Terraria." They talk about multi-tiered event, which allows players at multiple points in the game to experience scaling difficulty with corresponding loot, and also rewards in the form of armor, weapons, pets, and more, all, as you might imagine, from the Dungeon Defenders 2 universe. So that was certainly a big patch, but was that it? No, of course not. There was actually plenty more added with this patch, as you would expect with kind of 3 patches in one. They also carried on, and Loki wrote, "The Tavern Keep A new NPC from the Dungeon Defenders universe has arrived. He will be offering a variety of Ethereum loot and gear in exchange for an exclusive currency earned by playing the new invasion. Also included are completely redesigned liquid visuals, also a Blizzard weather event, toggles for the recently added visual and water effects, and then also a new ability for summoners to direct their minions to attack a specific target. So there's a lot to digest, and no, it's not necessarily as big as the 1.3 patch or the upcoming Journey's End patch, but there's a lot in here for the Xbox One and PS4 crowd, so enjoy, guys. If you haven't played it yet, I certainly would recommend you try it out. You know, depending on your play style and preferences, one of these three main aspects, the party event, the expansion of the desert biome, or the old one's army invasion event, might be more to your fancy. It's certainly up to you, and this is a judgment-free zone, right? Whatever floats your boat, but certainly there's a lot for everyone with these patches, so it's a nice change. Anyway, if you were curious and would like to take a look at their full change log, they did include one of those. I've included a link to that in the video description below. You can find it toward the bottom of the official announcement on the forums that I'm linking to. So anyway, that's that for the big new Xbox One and PS4 patch. I think that's probably all you guys are going to get for a while. I would imagine that the attention will shift now on Pipeworks' part, because they're the ones developing the console versions. They're probably going to focus a little more on the Switch next, maybe get some patches out for the Switch. That would be nice. And then of course on the mobile front, the controller and customization update is being worked on by 505 Games and DR Studios, of course. So that's next on the mobile front. And then really the big event, and I don't mean to marginalize the other editions, but I think at this point it's safe to say that the next big event is going to be that colossal Journey's End content patch, which, as you probably know at this point, is the last real major content addition to Terraria, and that's due out sometime in the next few weeks to months, and there's a lot in there, and that's going to be a really big deal. So I'm really looking forward to that. But anyway, today and this week is really all about the Xbox One and PS4, so again, enjoy. I'll keep my eyes open for any new news. It is not as fever-pitched as I've told you before as it was leading up to the mobile 1.3 release, but nevertheless, there's always something new to talk about around the corner. So if there's something worth a video, I'll make a video. So anyway, thanks to everyone who's stayed tuned to the channel. I do appreciate the support, and I'm not going anywhere. I'll still be here. So until then, I'll see you next time.